A priest, a thief, and an engineer are all slated to be executed by guillotine. The priest is to be dispatched first, and the executioner asks him, "How do you want to face the guillotine?" The priest responds, "With my face looking up toward heaven." The executioner accedes, and the priest is laid face up on the guillotine. The executioner pulls the cord, the blade drops, and then miraculously stops within mere inches of the priest's neck. The gathered witnesses gasp in astonishment. Everybody agrees that it is a miracle and a sign of divine intervention, and the priest's life is spared. The thief is next. When the executioner asks him how he'd like to be positioned, the thief responds, "With my face looking up toward heaven." The executioner complies, and the thief is laid down face up. The cord is pulled. The blade falls, and as with the priest, the blade stops inches from the thief's neck. Again, the witnesses gasp. They can understand a miracle occurring with the priest, but with a thief? Nonetheless, they take it as a sign from God and release the thief. Finally, it is the engineer's turn. Like the other two, he wishes to be executed face up, looking toward heaven. The executioner lays him down, but before he can pull the cord, the engineer yells out, "Hold on!" The executioner pauses, and the engineer, looking up the guillotine, says, "I think I see the problem." So, that was a joke I had heard in Illinois at a family gathering from an uncle who had been traveling around the world and had heard it, like, in German and was able to translate it pretty well. But, I found it online. It's called The Executioner and the Guillotine. It's actually a pretty well-known joke, apparently. I thought it was pretty hilarious, and I have a weird sense of humor, so there's that. I have now transitioned you from whatever it is you've been thinking or doing today. And this is another one of those serious commentaries. I did Being Afraid a very long time ago, like right before I left. Not right before, but like a while before I had left to Illinois. And I had said I'd been meaning to do a difficult and serious commentary on why I left and what I wanted to accomplish. And if I did accomplish anything while I was gone. And, you know, I don't know if I'm going to get this all in one take, because obviously it's a little bit difficult for me to be serious. I'm not emotionally like the same as other people, I guess. It's always just like very difficult for me to like take certain situations very seriously, but here we go. I think like the easiest way to like explain my going to Illinois for 4 months was that I was running away. You know, junior year had came up and I was doing pretty bad in school. I'd realized that I didn't really enjoy some of the things that I was learning, and I didn't really think that I was gonna go anywhere in life with like this path. And senior year came around and everyone was doing college applications and essays and, you know, all of this sort of thing, like scholarships, and I wasn't doing anything. And there was a number of reasons for that, you know, just depression and anxiety, and you know, again, with my just being unsatisfied and worried that I'm gonna go through college and again be dissatisfied with what I'm doing, and, you know, again, just be stuck in life with something else. And you know, now here I am back home and I'm literally doing nothing every day. I'm playing video games, of course, but obviously I'm not playing it all day. I did watch a long time ago, Only Using Blade did this commentary. We was talking about how YouTube shouldn't be like your only priority if you're making money from it. Obviously I'm not, but I mean, it was still a pretty important lesson, was that you don't want to be sitting around all day. You know, you want to have a day job to go get frustrated with and then come back home and enjoy your time. You know, whatever it is that you love. For me, it's video games and anime. For other people, it could be, you know, who knows, you know, going out and playing soccer or doing like another job like YouTube. But I definitely think that a job should not be enjoyed. I know other people say that you should always love what you do and you know, enjoy making money from it, but I feel like it should be something that you hate, so that way you can come home completely frustrated and relax and just have a completely different experience when you're at home. So that's that. I was gone for a very long time, and because of that, when I got home, I felt like I didn't really belong here. It felt really awkward to like look around and say, this is where I belong now. I had been reading a light novel based on, or it was Sword Art Online, which is like a really popular anime now, but there's this scene, and the story is about basically people getting trapped inside of a video game for like at least 2 years before they are released. And there's this scene towards the end of their time there where the main female, Asuna, says to the main character, Kirito, she says, "You know, it feels like I've lived here my whole life." And in the light novel, his thought process is sort of similar, and he's starting to think that it's kind of difficult to remember life before he was in the game. And you know, when I read that, I had to pause and I had to just think, what was it like before I came here to Illinois? You know, and it was a little bit difficult for me. And to think that I was gonna come home, I was a little bit afraid. I was kept on putting off the date until when to get a ticket, and when I finally did get the ticket, October 2nd was like the date to be scheduled for my flight, and I was panicking. I was like, what am I gonna come home to? What am I gonna do? I've essentially ruined my life, I guess you could say. Like, in some perspective, yes, I've ruined my life. There's a lot of people that will say that taking a year off is a very bad idea. There's also people that will say that it's a good idea so you can know what to do. Obviously, I have my own opinion, and like other people's opinions don't matter to me. I kind of find it difficult when people are like lecturing me or telling me, oh, well, this is my experience, because I don't really care. It's kind of horrible, but I want to see where my path is taking me. I made a decision, and I want to stick with it, even if it screws me over in the end. It's my decision, and hopefully it'll work out. But if it doesn't, then I've learned. I don't want to play it too cautious. So basically, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I'm gonna start looking for jobs. I'm gonna finally learn how to drive. I know how to drive, but I'm finally gonna take a permit test and get a license or whatever. And honestly, I just want like any really crappy job. That's what I want. Like, I just want like some horrible job to start out with, and then I want to just get like a decent job, because I really, I don't have any living expenses right now, because I'm still like at home. But eventually, I would like to move out and get like roommates and all that sort of stuff. But that's down the line, and it's really not. I don't know. It's just that I'm not really motivated, I guess you could say, to do anything. But I don't just like sit down all day and play games, because I do feel like that'd be kind of a horrible experience, because then I'd get bored of games, and that would kind of suck, because video games and anime are kind of like the only things I enjoy nowadays. I've always had a difficulty with like liking things and becoming good at certain things, because I feel like I've always been like a jack of all trades, good at everything but not amazing at anything, and it's kind of like a horrible thing for me, because I feel like I'm never really going to excel in one subject. I'm just going to be, decent at everything, but not really amazing at anything. So, I don't know. I'm going to try and find a job. My main goal while I was over there was to find a job also, and I came pretty close. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, though. I had an interview, and it just turns out that times were tough for the owner. It was going to be like a mail copy and like shipping store, like kind of like a FedEx Kinko's, but it was like a small, like just one person business. And she said she really liked my resume, and the interview, it went over really well, but she just couldn't handle another employee to pay in these sort of times. So it wasn't really discouraged. I felt like it was pretty fair, and obviously I didn't really expect her to hire me if she was doing bad, but it was still a really good experience, to have my first interview like that. And then I also applied some other places, but that didn't work out. So who knows what's going to happen? Obviously, for now, I'll still keep on making videos. I'll still be hanging out with the crew, doing montages and stuff. But I'm also going to be spending my days, walking around, seeing, looking for hire signs. And, let's just see where it takes me. But this is my commentary. It's coming to an end. This is my first good gameplay to talk about this since I got back. I think someone's about to get a Moab, and this day, yeah, my crew, I was playing with Tommy and Ian and Tim, who was Scar 7, who just got a Moab. They all got 7 Moabs collectively in this day, and I got one good gameplay. I'm not really a Moab person. Like, at the beginning of this video, I was 14-0, and I didn't even really realize it. So I just kept on rushing, and I guess I died. But 31-4. Thank you for watching, guys. I always appreciate the views. Like and comment if that's your thing. Obviously, comments I love, because I love reading other people's whatever it is. But Epic Kill Cam. Goodbye, guys. Have a nice day.